Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Today we're going to do the fan-requested episode of Diabolico. Now, if you don't know who Diabolico is, I would go check out Lightspeed Rescue. And it's a fantastic series. And he's the main antagonist, until he eventually turns into the anti-hero. And, as the voice actor of him once claimed to me in an interview, the main reason the Power Rangers won to begin with, if it wasn't for him, the Rangers would have lost. Yeah, big deal. Now, who is Diabolico? Where did he come from, and where did he go? Now, 5,000 years ago, he and his crony of demons all worshipped and basically called Mariner Bay their home, and were eventually sealed away by none other than the Sorcerer of the Sand. Now, when that happened, the humans basically knocked down all their temples and palaces of Queen Bansheera, and rebuilt the city, or as time went on, and became Mariner Bay. Now, about 15 or so years before the series starts is when things start really get interesting. It's about 4,985 years after they were sealed away. Diabolico appears before Captain Mitchell and his two children. Now, that sounds rather weird, but okay. Well, he's going to make a deal with them because Captain Mitchell and his two children are in a very precarious situation. They just had a car accident and are hanging off the side of a cliff. Now, the sister, Diana, is safe relatively safe, in Captain Mitchell's arm, and while Ryan is clinging to the legs of his father and slowly slipping off. Now, Diabolico goes, "I will save your son, but but in return, I will return him back to on his 20th birthday, not immediately." Seeing that his son's about to fall and die, he makes the deal. It's kind of like a monkey's paw deal and the like, because when he does that, Diabolico's laughing. He's basically, "I'm going to turn him to a skilled warrior to kill you guys." Ha 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 ha. Greatest, they're preying upon basically envious actions of, like, your father betrayed you just to save his favorite child, quote unquote. Now, that was what Diabolico played on Ryan for the 15-year period. He was trapped inside of the nether regions of whatever underworld trapped realm they were in, but they were there. It'd be about 15 years later before Diabolico is released with the other demons by a group of adventurers who were just like spelunking in a tomb and going, "Oh, what's this? It's gotta be gold in there, right?" Turns out there was no gold. It was just villains. Horrible, horrible villains that plot to destroy Mariner Bay and rebuild the palace of their beautiful and demonic queen, Bansheera. Knowing that the basically demons would come in the next 2 decades or so, Captain Mitchell creates the Lightspeed Rescue Rangers and basically helps the heroes foil Diabolico's plans for a long time. Because of his repeated failures, Diabolico is threatened by Queen Bansheera in her basically backhanded comments and stuff like that, but eventually is really taken to things extreme when his star power is removed and given to her son, Impus, who is basically just a little baby boy, no bigger than a baby infant. Now, out of pure envious jealousy, Diabolico considers just killing Impus right then and there, and he goes, But he's surprised when another demon known as Jinxer steps in and basically protects him, and he's like, "I can't do it now because now I have to kill 2 people because there's witnesses now." Now, he would send Ryan to essentially go kill his father and steal the titanium powers, but that would inevitably fail when Ryan is eventually turned against him because he realizes the true story of what happened. Now, after being betrayed by Ryan, and as well as having his 3 best monsters being defeated, even if they're turned into another form of a monster, and seeing those defeated, he turns into his giant form and punches holes right through the Super Train Megazord and the Lightspeed Megazord. Now, this nearly finishes the team off. However, just like always, as Lord Zed says in the comics now, something happens. And something does happen. The Power Rangers form a new Megazord, the Lightspeed Solar Zord, and destroy him by absorbing one of his blasts and using his own power against him, utterly annihilating him. Now, this would cause Impus to gain the full powers of the Star Power and metamorphosis into Olympus. And for a while, Diabolico is dead, until he's later revived by Vibira and Loki, who is most loyal and best of friends in truth, who have also nearly been destroyed by Impus and his monsters several different times, and they go, we need someone on our side, and the only one who could truly take on Impus is Diabolico. Now, Diabolico would later confront the new Olympius during attack as monsters only for him, and basically just do a fight. He wouldn't even fight the Rangers, he was just going right after Olympus. The only thing that stopped him is Queen Benshira calling them back. And basically, he still is loyal to Queen Benshira, even though he hates her son, who thinks he's an upstart and a usurper. Now, he immediately returns to his queen's side and attempts to regain favor with her and recapture the star power from Olympus. Only because Olympus keeps failing as well. And he goes like, I'm back, I know how to beat these guys, and goes off in his new, better plans. And even tricks the naive demon, known simply as Olympus, into getting stuck in the Shadow World, where dead monsters dwell. Now, Queen Benshira reveals that she knew what he was going to do the entire time and didn't care. She only cared about one thing, her palace and her kingdom being rebuilt. She does not even care about her own son. Mind you, we don't even know who his father was. Man, I bet she probably killed him or ate him. I don't know, like she's probably like a praying mantis, like Wise. Now, it wasn't really until Benshira pushed Diabolico over the edge that he became the anti-hero of this whole series, because Benshira would absorb Vipera, one of Diabolico's close friends and lieutenants, to complete her metamorphosis into her true form, and basically briefly took over Diabolico's body, used him to fire at the Rangers. Now, this also ended up killing his other friend, Loki, who accidentally blocked Diabolico's shots. Now, this really ticked off Diabolico, and he swore utter vengeance against her at that point. Because you don't dare betray him and have him murder his own friend. That's just rude. It truly is. It's kind of rude. So many villains come to this problem when they tick off their own allies. Now, Diabolico turns to the Rangers and goes, hey, Red Ranger, this is where you strike in order to defeat her, and this is what you gotta do. Now, the Rangers do it, but she survives. And Diabolico is forced to fight none other than a vengeful Olympus, who has no idea that his mother just left him out there for dead. And he is basically stuck there and going to die again. Where instead of dying, he is turned into a mindless puppet by Queen Benshira, and she gives it to Olympus to use as like a basically, ha ha ha, he was an idiot. And this is what you get, son. I loved you the entire time. Which is, we know, is a complete lie. Now, Olympus would take Diabolico and go attack the Rangers, but Diabolico would break free and turn against Olympus once more, giving Carter the key to the tomb that they could use to seal away Benshira once and for all. However, Olympus would basically stab him right in the back and obliterate him, but this would cause the Rangers to take down Olympus as well, basically leaving an opening there for who is the right-hand man of Queen Benshira. Well, she doesn't seem to care, as she revives them both into super demons, and bringing Diabolico back under her control once more. However, they would have to be forced to use the Life Force Megazord, a new previously unused Megazord, to finally destroy both super demons, and point the key to the tomb. Now, in the final battle between the Lightspeed Rescue Rangers and Queen Benshira, Carter knocks her inside the Shadow World tomb, and he managed to grab him and drag him down using her tentacles. She's going like, if I'm going down, I'm taking one of you with me, and leaving them suspended above the monsters below. Even though she knew she was doomed, she planned to basically take him down and laughed the entire way. Now, Carter would yell up and go like, hey, close the tomb. It doesn't matter about me. If that sacrifices need to be called, I will gladly take it. If Ryan can survive, so can I. Well, they didn't want him to fall, and that is when Diabolico rises forth like some type of guardian angel, frees Carter, and drags her back, screaming, into the Shadow World. Basically getting his final vengeance and going, haha, lady, guess what happened? I win. You're not stuck here with them, you're stuck here with me. And Carter is freed. Now, that is Diabolico the last time we've ever seen him. Now, we do know that Diabolico is able to spirit walk to other places, and I would love to see him back in some other ways, like some other redemption story going on. What do you guys think? I like Diabolico. I liked everything about him. I liked his, from this truly diabolical appearance. He's just beautiful in every way. Now, his name comes from none other than Diablo, or diabolical, or devil. Well, he's truly all those things. Even while he's a devil, the devil originally was an angel, so therefore you could have got that there. Now, I hope you guys liked this episode. Make sure to check it out and have a good one. Be safe, guys, and just to remind you, he was the first major villain to help the Rangers defeat another major villain. So have a good one, guys. Be safe, and may the power protect you always.